Go, Cash. You want to go in the cage? Go outside. Out. Okay, go. 15 seconds is gonna be like out. Go. Come on. Come on, Cash. Come on. Out. Come on. Come on, Cash. Go, Cash. Go. Come on. When you taking your ass in the cage? Since you want to slide it, boy, you lucky I'm on ride. That dog lucky. He lucky I'm on live. I swear I would have.
Mm-mm.
I think we live on here. Let me make sure.
I believe so.
Oh yes, I wasn't in my seat. My whole plant back there. Okay. So good evening.
Good evening.
I got that muted. Okay. Shh. Shh. Okay. She's doing good. It's good. Okay. So our topic today is just us again, sis. So disappointing in my sister. But our topic today is love or lust
Okay.
um being able to tell the difference. Can you tell the difference? Do you know what the difference is? Is there any difference? So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Um so first question is, do you know the difference? Do you feel like there is a difference? Can you accurately define one without the other?
I feel there is a difference.
Okay.
Um, Love is like a deeper emotion to me, and lust is more so a sexual desire. Um,
Okay.
and what was the next question?
Um, what did I say? Can you define one without the other? Like, can you define love without including lust? Because some people would say that love and lust are similar, and that
I believe people
love
can
is a
have,
deeper lust. Huh?
I believe people can have both for a person.
So you breaking it up into love as being non-sexual and lust being sexual.
No,
No?
I said you can have both. So, like, love is like a deep connection, a deep
Okay.
feeling, a deep emotion. No
Hmm.
matter what, you have that in your heart, in your body, your spirit for that person. Lust is just clearly a sexual desire.
Okay, so lust is shallow, love is deep.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
can be in love with somebody and as well as have lust for them too, especially like in
Yeah.
the beginning in a new relationship.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
if the preview of the relationship is over, you be like, dang, did I even really like them like that?
Right, that part. I agree with you that about the shallowness of lust
Mm-hmm.
and the deeper deep rooted connection or more intense, longer. I can't even say longer. I want to say just more dense types of feelings when it comes to love, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. I don't necessarily infatuate or I said infatuate. What if I mean where did it come from? I don't what I when I think of lust, I think
Mm-hmm.
of I don't necessarily think of anything sexual. I think of a short term feeling. Uh a short term intense feeling that is based off of not enough things, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why it's short lived. Whereas love, I feel like, is more in depth, and dense, like I said earlier, because it's a deeper connection. It's a connection on multiple levels, or should be, in my opinion. Um, and so that's why that connection is a little bit more intense, and it's more long term.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my definition. But it's interesting to hear when I put the post in the group. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people said that they felt like lust was um, a sexual action or feeling.
It's more
Um,
so physical attraction because you
yeah,
can lust after celebrities, you can lust after, you don't even have to lust after people, you can lust after things.
yeah, yeah. Facts, all
But like you
facts.
said, that could be short-lived.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is so very true. Um, have you ever experienced love and lust and they were the same person?
Yes, I have. I think it's
And
rare.
huh?
It's rare, but yeah.
Have do you do you feel like somebody could turn like the lust? Can they turn the lust off and it be purely love, or do you think lust is gonna stay there the entire time while love is running
I think it could be
concurrently?
turned off. Just like, for instance, somebody we know be all in lust
Uh-huh.
when they
All in
meet
lust.
people, and
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden they be like, "Ooh, his breath stank." So everything else that they cared about just thrown out the window. That person is
Yeah.
the most unattractive person to them. They are ugly. Nothing about them excites them. Though that's how you know it was merely lust. Like, but in the beginning, they would be like, "Oh, this is my husband. This is the person God sent for me." And because they basing it off of lust, that initial physical attraction. But
Mm-hmm.
they're they get what I call the ick factor. It's
Mm-hmm.
a wrap.
One little thing.
Yeah.
And that's another difference between, I feel like love and lust is your tolerability. Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word.
Making
Your
a word all
tolerance.
night.
Right. Tolerability. I think that is a word actually. But your tolerance level, like, I don't feel like when you have achieved, or because a few people have been able to experience love, right?
Mhm.
But when you do experience love, not that one little ick or that one little thing is nothing. It's not as much of a big
Right, because
deal as
it's
it.
deeper. Like you said, it's
Yeah,
more of a dense emotion and feeling.
yeah, yeah. Um, so I got a couple questions that I looked up that I thought was very interesting. And the first one is, what do you think makes love and lust similar? Like,
Um,
how are they the same? Because a lot of people were confused when I made that post in the group, this be real group. A lot of people, like, it was interchangeably like the same things they were saying that lust was, love was as well.
mm.
So, in
And
your
so what's the
opinion,
question?
what makes love and lust
Oh,
the
damn.
same or similar?
Um, like I said, I think it's the initial emotion that makes it the same. People mistake one for the other.
Yeah, yeah.
So they meet somebody or they're in a relationship with somebody and they think they're in love. And then the reality hit, they'd be like, oh, it's not love. It was just lust the whole time.
So, are you saying that because it was able to be turned off, that it's not love?
It was not love. Yeah.
Because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and a good example with who you mentioned. I
Yeah.
definitely think she's a very good example
Right.
of lusting after. the potential, the what if, the minor or initial interaction that she has with people and feeling like it's love.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that because a lot of us have not experienced love before, it's kind of hard to identify it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know what that is until you have it. And so I'm very, very grateful to feel like I've experienced love, like unconditional. Like if I got sick and couldn't bathe myself, that my person would absolutely do that with hands down with no complaints. That kind of love, or
Right.
if same thing, if you were sick, that it'd be my honor to do that for him. And it's not just really about things that people do for you, right? Lust could be lust and love could be just a way that somebody make you feel, right? It could be based off of um energy. It could be based off of somebody's aura, just how you feel while in their presence. I'll
Right.
say that. Um, I think more so because you got sexual energy, you got chemistry sometimes that's undeniable. You got all these things that make it so confusing to decipher between the two. Um, I have I can say that I've experienced love and lust in one person. Um, Still, like even years later, still lust after this person. This the same
Mm-hmm.
person that I love. So, um, my I guess my definition of one being short term and one being long term is really goes out the window when I can feel both. You can
Mm-hmm.
feel both for one person. Um, why would other than sexual gratification?
Mm-hmm.
Why would someone want to remain in a lustful relationship with somebody, you think?
Just that feeling of being needed and wanted.
Do you think it could just stay there at just lust? Do you think that's possible? Because over time, okay, hear me out. Over time, you're with somebody you're lusting for, you lust after. After a certain period of time, you cross over into something else. I honestly believe that. Because lust again is short term, to me in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it has to convert over to love at some point. I don't think it can ever stay
But it
uh
can work for one person and not the other.
and be one-sided. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This would be a great conversation if we had a man on here. Just to
Right.
hear a different viewpoint. Cause sometimes, you know, I just we don't I refuse to try to understand how they think sometimes, but just hearing how they think sometimes is very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um I wish we had one and we could have got on here today. But other than sexual gratification, I can see I can see that not going nowhere. I can't see somebody if those feelings never like changed over into something else. I can't see somebody just doing that forever. It's like working for a job and never getting paid. Like it just don't make sense to me.
But we have a lot of women who do that. A lot of women who date men. Oh, another good example. Jim Jones and Chrissy.
Oh yeah.
She's with him for umpteen years. Did this for him, that for him,
She
cook,
did.
clean, help run his business,
Proposed.
propose, and he went and married somebody he knew for 2 months.
Wait a minute, so did they actually get married?
I don't know, but if he did,
Yeah, it proves the point.
it proves the point. Have a family member, she's with a guy forever, like their oldest child has children. And as soon as they separated, he married somebody within 2 weeks.
Mm. Mm-mm.
So it's like,
That's
why buy the
crazy.
cow when you get the milk for free?
Right. So very true. Um, one of the posts and it said, "What when you think of the person, your thoughts immediately go to what your bodies can do for one another. Is that love or
Definitely
lust?
love.
Lust, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Most people put lust. One person said that can be either depending on the relationship status.
Right, because you can have both.
Yeah, yeah. Um, the most interesting question that I had in the group was name something that love is that lust is not. And I had a bunch of people
Mm-hmm.
comment. Some of the answers that people put was that love was forgiving, love is caring,
Mm-hmm.
love is trusting, love is patient, love is faithful, love is unconditional, love is lasting, it's permanent, it's real, it's enduring and educational, it's faithful, it's loyal. Um, could lust be any of those things? Because we know lasting, we know lust can last for a long time. You
Mm-hmm.
can be faithful while you lusting. That could be the only person that you lusting for.
True.
It could be real. It could be I don't know about
That can
permanent,
be a
but
real feeling.
yeah, yeah. I just wonder why it's so confusing to people, and
Because
maybe
someone
it's
never had love.
yeah. That's what I was
You
about.
never
Some
had
people never.
love, it's easy to mistake one for the other.
Yeah. So until you've experienced love,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know. You can't really explain the difference.
Right.
Have you ever loved somebody that you didn't lust after?
That you what?
Have you ever loved somebody and you never lusted after them?
No, it has to be some type of initial attraction.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Physical. Do you think there always has to be a physical attraction when you're thinking about love? Like, do you believe in love, loving somebody, and it's your very first time seeing them, and not knowing of any substance that they're about, or knowing them on a deeper level? Do you feel like you could love somebody from day
It's
one?
possible.
You
And
think it's
then
possible?
romantic.
Definitely believe that. I
I believe it's
truly believe that.
possible. And then you
Rare,
hope like
but
hell, then everything else fall in place.
right, right. So baby, whew, that could be a hot old mess.
Mm.
Um, when when you think of um when you think of love and lust, do you think they're more different or more similar?
Huh?
When you think of love and lust, the two words
Uh-huh.
and what they represent, do you think they're more different or you think they're more similar to each other? That's my
Similar.
dog snoring too, if you hear him. Like a grandma. He said they're more similar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I agree with that too, that they're more similar, slightly different,
Mm-hmm.
um, but definitely more same than they are different. Um, Part of me wants to say that when I explain what love is, my definition of love, it includes lust because to me, you are like you're desiring somebody or something that this person has
Mm-hmm.
or um can do or whatever. And I think that's definitely part of love is having the the initial like you said, the initial attraction, or the chemistry, you can call it that, to
Mm-hmm.
even want to love somebody. You gotta have that in place. It's so very, very important. I'm so mad Kelly not on her. So I couldn't wait to ask her some questions. Because everything was lust. With Kelly is crazy. Let me look at this other question here. Mm, what's going here? I was reading on Quora, I think it's called Quora.com, where you can just
Mm-hmm.
like ask different questions. And one of the questions that came up on there was when does somebody know if a feeling is just love? I mean just lust and not love.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know there's various different degrees of lust. Um, Even at the highest degree of lust, I guess some people can confuse that with love. So one of the things that people said was that they evaluate the difference. Um, they evaluate the difference by seeing where selflessness and sacrifice come into play. Whose needs are more important? Who wishes yours or theirs? It says if the person you have feelings for wants to be with someone else and you feel resentment and trying to present yourself as a better candidate, this is lust because you're acting out of jealousy and insecurity. If you let them make their own choice just so that they can be happy and enjoy you, and you enjoy their happiness, it's love.
Like basically, you gotta love somebody enough to let them go. If they feel like they don't want to be with you, but they want to go on and you feeling some type of way, then I kind of get what they're saying. But if you really love somebody, you have to love them enough to
Hmm.
let them go.
Right. And so you have to make a choice between being with the person and continuing your career, and you choose the career, it was lust. Oh, that's a good way to put it. If you had to choose them or your career.
Mm.
And it's saying if you choose the career, it was lust. If you choose to be with the person, it's love. Okay, that's a good way to look at it. If the person you have feeling for suffers in an accident or debilitating illness and can no longer be what they used to be for you, so you leave them because it's too difficult and they've changed, it was lust. If you stay by their side to take care of them for years if needed, it's love.
Mm.
I can agree with that. But what if the incident or debilitating disease does not affect you lusting after them? To that point, I would agree. Like because you can still lust after somebody even if they can't feel whatever that I don't even know what that's called. Whatever that whatever you needed from it, I
Yeah.
guess, goes away because yeah, it would still be there. It could still be there if it wasn't affected to begin with
Mm.
whatever they went through. I thought that was very interesting how this person looked at it. They said the saying goes, "When the entire world's against you, I'll be standing by your side, passing the ammo to you." Um, and it's really, just finding whether or not somebody is worth it. To me, and the way I see it, if they're worth um, building that lust into something else, because you can definitely girl, this girl over here making a whole lunch. I can't. Uh,
Mm.
you can definitely change it into something else.
Yeah.
Um, is it a certain thing that happens when lust changes over to love that we haven't used in the definition of lust or in the definition of love? Like, what happens when that transition takes place? Is
The
it just you're
crazy
more
is that
tolerant? Huh?
crazy is activated.
That automatically means love. For it could be one sided, like that one person though, right? It
Yeah.
don't necessarily the craziest activated.
So at first, people you have a homie level friends, they on the same page. And like you
Uh-huh.
said, as time progressed, one person start feeling real deep emotions for the other person still having fun. And then now, say they like, oh yeah, I'm about to go be with somebody else. They like, what you mean? Oh, you tripping? Like, what would you do that for? And then now they tripping and want to burn your house up, set your clothes on fire, bleach your clothes, all of that.
Stalk you.
Yeah, because the feelings have came.
Do you think that somebody could lust after somebody and the person that they're lusting after has given them no inclination, no clues or nothing to let them know that they're interested and it's completely one-sided? Do you think that that's possible? Like
No, so like
no,
whoever the other person is, even if they feel like they don't want to be with them like that, they're gonna still be kind of leading them on to continue to get what they want, even if they don't really truly mean it.
yeah.
It may not be full blown, like real obvious, but they're gonna
Hmm.
do little subtle things to make them feel like they have a chance.
Yeah, I think this is where that thin line between um like cheating comes into play. Like because some people are more friendly. I don't know. They don't want to hurt nobody's feelings or
Right.
whatever. Somebody could be lusting after them, and just a simple conversation could be all the indication that other person needs to go ahead, go for it. And now
Yeah.
it's something that it shouldn't even been to begin with,
Right.
which is crazy. Do you feel
But it
like
happens.
you feel like okay, do you feel the same way in the instance of love, where somebody could love somebody wholeheartedly one-sided and the other person not giving any kind of, they're not egging them on, they're not giving any kind of catalyst to that feeling,
Hmm.
and it exists with that initial person.
I feel it's the same. They're gonna give them something. They're gonna give them something to make them feel like it's a possibility. It's gonna be something.
So, in order for somebody to not feel that way, in order for somebody not to feel that way, do you like what would you recommend for that person that's been lusted or loved?
You
The
need to have
the
a conversation. Where we going? What are we doing? So that way we on the same page.
but what if that conversation is also like the other person just
Then you're gonna have to
completely
have,
delusional?
yeah, you're gonna have to have some type of self-worth and be like, I deserve better than this.
Hmm.
If you know in your heart of hearts that you feeling some type of way, you're gonna have to start evaluating yourself because that person gonna say whatever to keep getting whatever they want.
Have you ever had anybody lust after you and you didn't give them anything to work with, but they continued to lust after you?
No, because I gave something to work with.
So what? Okay, give me an example of something to work with. Like,
Like, even though you don't like the person, you'll be like, okay, how do I explain it? All right, this is one guy, right?
okay.
Very nice, very kind. Sweetheart. And he was so ugly. Oh my gosh, he was so ugly. But he was the nicest person in the world. And I kind of felt bad because he was so ugly. And I know I didn't like him like that, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
So he did this, he bought that, he did this, started stalking. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, okay, even though like I felt I wasn't giving no attention on nothing. And
Hmm.
then I was like, you know what, these gifts and stuff are kind of nice. So every now and again, you give them just a little taint of some little bit of hope. You're like,
Okay, so wait a minute, a little what though? Was it a
just like,
conversation? Was it
can
a
you, yeah,
give back?
conversation,
Okay.
or like, you know what? Can you give me this? You want me to give you something for real? Oh, you gonna
Oh,
take it?
asking the
Yeah.
person. Okay.
And that still would make them feel like, oh wow, they really considering a relationship, you
Uh-huh.
know? And it don't
Yeah.
even have to be nothing major, but it's just because people that's not right.
Okay, okay. I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. I can say I was somebody that was like so oblivious when people was like interested. I'm so clueless. I'm talking about I never even seen it coming. So of course, me being me, everything that I was doing made it seem like I was entertaining this person, and I
Yeah.
really wasn't.
You're just
Like
being yourself.
just being myself.
Hmm.
That's why I'm asking the questions like, could somebody really just be doing all this and it not really be
Maybe.
nothing?
You can probably not be thinking about it like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, because I'm that person. I'm never even thinking on that mode. I'm always like I'm focused on the one relationship that I got in me, and I'm a blast it everywhere and always represent. But some people they baby, I be wondering how, and I don't even be interacting with these people. Don't have conversations with these people. Um, just being me, but curving, around these potential I don't even know what to call them. What is that beeping? That's your phone? What is that? I don't know what that is. But yeah. Very, very, very interesting. People be acting like they don't be knowing. People be acting like they don't understand that somebody lusting after them, or they don't understand that the slightest little whatever could give somebody the go ahead, like I'm gonna go and risk it all for whatever, for a piece of this person.
Hmm.
Um, it's crazy. Would you say that with your relationship, with you being married, would you say that your marriage started off as lust, or did it start off like an instant love?
Definitely lust, because you don't know nothing about the person. There has to be some sort of initial physical attraction.
Initial physical.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I saw him and was like, oh, that's the love of my life. No. I actually
um
was like, ew, he think he all that.
mhm.
Like, no, he irky. He had hair. How your hair longer than mine? I'm bald headed. Like, no.
Yeah, her.
Yes, long hair.
I have to see it.
Then
What man?
would
He had braids or something?
no back slick back in ponytail, hair
What?
blocked out. I was like, ew.
What?
Mm-hmm. So I was just looking
Okay.
like, no, you think you
Wait a
no.
minute. So. Okay. So if you had that initial, okay. So you said lust, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of lust would you say? Lusting for what? What was it?
I would say more so just the fact like, oh, I got a boyfriend. Oh, I'm in a relationship.
Mhm.
He cool. He all right. My friend dating his friend. So yeah, why not? Like I said, I don't even have to be sexual to start off. It could just
Mhm.
be something that you feel like you need at that time in that moment until you really truly get to know the person. Then it can maybe turn into a sexual type of lust. And then, of course, that can eventually lead to, you know what, I really have feelings for this person.
Yeah. If somebody was blind,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and they can't see nothing physical about somebody,
Mm-hmm.
do you think they could still lust after somebody?
Yeah, I think so.
Like from conversation,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Do it all the time. A lot of times, like even with um the oldest job in the world, prostitution. Most times, and I've never been a prostitute, but this is what I've heard. Uh, a lot of people don't even be really wanting to have sex with a person. They just be want to have somebody to talk to. Somebody they can just sit there and they'll pay them to sit there and listen to their problems.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen a bunch of them shows. Um, a bunch of them shows, and yeah, you see it all the time. That reminds me of that that one show that's on Netflix, the what Beauty in Black. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how the daddy keep going to the strip club with the girl, and he
Right.
always keep asking for her, and it's
Right.
like he don't want her to dance for or nothing, but really he was in there for the dude, a
Mm-hmm.
friend or whatever. But even then, he just like I don't know. They never showed what he talked about or what he did. Like I think he might have danced for him. I don't know, but they kind of leave you think guessing what's taking place and whether or not this daddy is gay or whatever the case may be, or if he just needing somebody to talk to, or if he just liked what he see. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, he's very, you could tell he's so-called homophobic because he
yeah,
hates his son.
you're
And
right.
I think he hates his son because he sees himself in his son. His son was brave enough to act on his emotions and how he feels. But because he's so old school, he come from a different generation, he hasn't been able to do so.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
like you said, I don't know if they ever did anything. Like you said, they leave it up to your imagination, but it's definitely lust because he know in his head is wrong in his mind for him to feel how he feel by looking at another man,
Hmm.
even if they never done nothing.
Right, right, right,
So you
right.
just really mad at your son because he brave enough to do what he want to do.
See, you probably the reason why he was like that.
Right. But of course, no one will know because
Uh-huh.
it's a secret.
Yeah, that I binged watched that while I was in St. Louis last week. I'm talking about all 8 episodes or however many it was, back to back, up
Yeah.
all night watching that. I was like, oh my God. Tyler Perry, Tyler
That's
Perry.
too much
What?
going on at one time.
I'm talking about from the first
Yeah.
episode,
How
like,
you have one show with 6 different plots? I'm like, what?
right.
So is we talking about this? Or is we talking about this? Is we talking about
Right.
this? Because whatever.
Right. That's gonna be a whole nother show. We'll
Yeah.
just digest all the different plots that's going on in Beauty is Black.
Right.
But yeah, I got so many questions with that show. But back to love love or lust. I had one more question. Hold on. Once you have experienced love, right? Do you ever
Mhm.
think that you could lust after somebody again or love somebody else again after like actually feeling and knowing that you've experienced love before?
Absolutely. You ain't dead. You like you still, I think you can.
Yeah, yeah,
Even if
so
you don't want to admit it, you can.
yeah. It's
Because a
so
lot
many
of people
people that
like,
don't.
oh, my spouse passed away. I would never
Hmm.
want to be with nobody else. That person was the love of my life. And it may be true, but
Hmm.
you still like 40, 50 some years old. You're going to feel some type of way. You're not going to just be stagnant or not have these feelings for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I think after experiencing love, like real, genuine, true love,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you kind of like can recognize lust for exactly what it is
Yeah.
without the confusioner, of course. So you can curve that shit, if necessary. Now, loving somebody else, I do not know. Now, I'm all for like when me and my husband talk about if one of us
Mhm.
pass away, he all like, you better not date nobody else or whatever. I'm all like, if I pass away, I would definitely want you to go find somebody else. Like, I wouldn't want you to just be
And that go back to what we was talking about. Like if you really love somebody, you gotta love them enough to let them go. You wouldn't want them to be sad and lonely for the rest of their life.
right, right. So very true, girl. Um, yeah, that's
And of
like,
course, people gonna talk stuff, but that's life.
yeah.
Oh, she got somebody else. She ain't really love.
Uh-huh.
People gonna always have something to say.
Be all in your business. Like, why? Like, you weren't even in my business when you should have been.
Right.
Like, what? Um, yeah, it's very, very interesting, this subject, because it's very confusing.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got to, chat about it for a little bit, even though we was late, it's a little shorter call because our sisters are not on here, but um I wonder if after you love somebody though, after you love it, let's say this one person, let's say it's our husband, could you lust after somebody else for a different person while you're in love with somebody?
I don't think so. I think if you truly in
No,
love with somebody, your body wouldn't feel the emotion to lust after another person.
it wasn't ready. I agree with you 100%, like 100%.
Yeah.
It's like impossible impossible to me. And I'm gonna ask that in the group, just to get some
That's a
other
great
opinions on
question.
that. Um, just like the question arises, can you love two different people at one time? Like truly love somebody, but it's more than one person. Because I've heard people say, yes, you can. You can love people in different ways, and
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like no, because if you loving somebody with your whole everything, it does not allow
You
space for
don't
you to
make
love somebody
room.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impossible the way that I view love. But again, th- those people could be people that never experienced love like that. Like,
Right.
um, I definitely wish love on everybody.
Hmm.
It is it is something that could take you places that you never thought you could go. I tell people all the time that my husband did not come with everything that was on my list, right?
Mhm.
He actually was very far from my list, but just his just presence alone has allowed me to do some things that I could never do by myself,
Hmm.
ever. Like virtually impossible.
Hmm.
Or very, very, very hard to do had I not found him or he found me or whatever you want.
Right.
But that's gonna go over so many people's head, and in one ear, out one ear, they don't know what that means, I think I recognized that very early on in our relationship that you just move different
Yeah.
when you love properly. I'm talking about you have certain things don't even phase you. It's like water to a duck on this back. You just
Hmm.
some stuff just don't matter. It
Just
just
fell off.
yeah. Let me put that question here, then I'll let us go. What did I say? Can you lust after someone? Wow.
In love.
Truly loving and being in love with someone. Yeah, I'd love to see what people gonna say on this one.
Hmm.
Yeah, so let me see what we got coming up next week. Did I
Okay.
even go out that far? I think today was the last one I put. I gotta put three more in there. So I'm thinking next week is the 13th. I'm thinking I think I want to do this one called dressing for your body type. I think it's a different kind of,
Hmm.
aspect. We all got, feel some kind of way about our body, especially being, at our ages after having kids and all kind of stuff, or be somebody that just I feel like I have no shape at all. I'm like a upside down triangle. I got a wide back. I got a big back.
Think so?
I do. Like my shoulders are a little bit more broader than my hips. So so
Hmm.
I want to do that one, dressing for your body type. I think that one would be fun. Um, there's one that says, "Do our children need counseling?" I thought might be a good one. Um, Fola put messy women in your network of people. Maybe we could talk about messy women.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I'm gonna I'm gonna drop them in the group and create the event and
Okay.
the engagement for whatever we got coming up. I think the dressing for your body type it'll resonate with a bunch of people. So I'll pick a couple and get some feedback and see what my mama said, vindictive personalities. Hmm.
Your mom in the group?
Yeah, Shannon.
Oh,
Yeah. Vindictive personality, baby. What's be wrong with people?
I can't
Okay.
even add my mom in the group. She don't even know how to work Facebook. She like, why you don't tell me when you go live? I'm like, why? So I put the little hearts. I like to see them go up. Like,
Girl,
girl, that's not
okay.
the point of the live. I like to see the hearts go up when you press on the thing.
That's the
Mom,
Facebook Live. That ain't Zoom no more. We can't do that no more.
I know. So I'm just giving you the extent of her
Of her
technique.
experience with
Yeah.
technology. I got it. I got it. I got it, girl. Okay. Well, let me end our. So we're gonna see y'all next week, next Wednesday. And hopefully, it's more than just us two on here. But we're gonna be here. So we're gonna talk about dressing for our body types or something. I'll pick a